Okay, so picture this a test. A test so hard, it could tell us if AI is really as smart as a human expert. Or like maybe even smarter. And that's what Humanity's Last Exam, this whole thing, that's what they're going for, right?
Yeah.
So today, we're going to really dive into this whole initiative, why it matters, how they're trying to get AI to basically prove it's got the brains, all that.
It's a really cool idea when you think about it. I mean, trying to create like a benchmark, not just for like, how much info an AI can process, or if it can, like when it go or something.
Right, because we've all seen that by now,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like AI crushing it at chess, go, whatever. But does that really mean it's intelligent? It feels kind of like, I don't know, like acing a test just because you memorize the whole textbook.
Yeah.
Not because you actually get it,
Yeah. That's a perfect analogy. And it gets at like the core of what Humanity's Last Exam is trying to do, which is test for this thing called abstract reasoning. And that's really a key part of real intelligence.
Okay, so break that down for me a bit. When we talk about abstract reasoning with AI, what does that actually mean?
So it all comes down to like, can an AI connect ideas that don't seem related on the surface? Can it think critically? Can it take what it knows and use it in a totally new situation?
Interesting.
It's about problem solving, adaptability, all that. It goes way beyond just recognizing patterns or spitting back facts.
So it's not enough to just have a ton of data.
Yeah.
The AI has to actually be able to use that data in creative ways, insightful ways, just like, a human expert would.
Exactly. And that's what makes this whole exam so fascinating. It's really pushing the boundaries of what we right now think AI can even do.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Apparently, even the experts who are designing these questions, they're finding them tough. Like, they're struggling with them too. And get this, they're even offering money, like serious cash, up to $5,000, to anyone who can come up with questions that really stump the AI.
Wow. Yeah, that shows you how serious this whole thing is. They've set the bar really high for what makes a truly challenging question. This isn't just about trivia. It's about, like you said, really pushing AI to its limits.
Absolutely.
Making it think.
Yeah.
Forcing it to really, truly understand things on a deeper level. So then that kind of begs the question, how do you actually design a question that can, outsmart a supercomputer? These things can access and process information faster than we can even imagine.
It's kind of intimidating, right? Like trying to stay one step ahead of, well, I don't know, the future. But from what I've read, the people behind this exam, they've got a pretty intense process to make sure these questions are truly AI-proof.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest things is how seriously they take the vetting process. For every single question that goes on this exam, it's not like just pulling stuff from a textbook or relying on one expert.
It's like they're building this elite team, this brain trust, people with 5+ years of experience in some technical field or a PhD, and then every question gets looked at by multiple experts.
Exactly.
Seriously scrutinized to make sure it's not something you can just Google.
Yeah.
Or that it's based on some outdated information.
Yeah, they're going for questions that need deep understanding, critical analysis, the ability to connect the dots, basically all the things that make a real expert an expert.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, even with all that, there's still this question of how do you stop a super smart AI from just memorizing all the answers?
That's what I was thinking. Like, has anyone considered that the AI could just, basically cheat its way through?
Oh, yeah. They've definitely thought about that. And that's why they're keeping a bunch of the questions totally secret, hidden from the AI and the public until the actual test.
Whoa, that's kind of sneaky. It's like a surprise quiz for the AI.
Right.
Forcing it to think on its feet. It can't just rely on whatever's been programmed into it.
Yeah, and these hidden questions, they're designed to be especially tough, really forcing the AI to grapple with these nuanced situations and show that it can actually understand, complex concepts.
This whole thing about testing AI intelligence this way makes you wonder, what happens if an AI actually passes this exam?
That is the billion-dollar question, and it's got everyone in the AI world on the edge of their seats. It's a question I think we should definitely unpack a bit more, but maybe after a quick break.
So we're back, and I gotta say, this whole Humanity's Last Exam thing, it really makes you think,
Yeah, definitely.
We've been talking about how it's designed to figure out if an AI is actually intelligent, not just good at processing information.
Yeah.
But what if an AI actually passes this exam? Does that mean it's actually smarter than us? Should
Yeah.
we be worried?
I get where you're coming from. It's easy to jump to those sci-fi scenarios.
Right.
But honestly, This exam isn't really about saying AI is better than humans.
Right.
It's more about understanding what AI can actually do. Like, where are its limits, if it even has any at this point?
So more about pushing the boundaries.
Exactly. And using that knowledge to make sure we're developing AI responsibly.
So not about crowning some AI overlords or anything, but more about making sure it's a tool for good.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. Think of it like all the other tools humans have developed. The wheel, the printing press, computers, the internet. These were all revolutionary.
And some people probably freaked out about them at the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they were tools that helped humanity progress.
Made life easier, solve problems.
Exactly. And AI can be the same way.
So less fear, more focus on using it to our advantage. Exactly.
Now, all this talk about advanced AI, it reminds me of that OpenAI model, the O1.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't it like ace a bunch of other AI benchmarks already?
It did, yeah.
So I wonder, can it handle humanity's last exam?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
The whole AI community is waiting to see what happens.
I know I am. Well, there you have it, everyone. Our deep dive into humanity's last exam. We've explored what AI can do, how we can test its limits, and maybe even what the future holds. It's a topic that's going to keep evolving, and we'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. Until then, stay curious.